protesting about?
I hate old white men.
I'm protesting American empire.
The American government is funding a genocide with our tax money.
I'm protesting the American government. Simple as that.
Why are you mad at Joe Biden?
Joe Biden is an old white man.
He's a clown.
He's supporting Israel against Palestine. That's what we're angry about.
He's racist. He's ruining the country.
He's not listening to the American people.
No genocide, Joe. The whole damn system's got to go.
Everyone's also mad with Obama and Clinton, are you?
Yeah, because Obama did drone strikes in the Middle East during his presidency.
What's your message to Joe Biden?
My message to Joe Biden is cease fire now.
You should be ashamed of yourself. I don't believe you have an ounce of guilt in your body.
If Joe Biden keeps it up, are you going to vote for him?
No.
No?
I'm definitely not voting for him. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
What about Joe Biden? Does he have your vote?
No, he doesn't have my vote.
Who does?
All right, guys, so we got to talk about a story that I think will define this 2024 election, okay? Because it is about the elite versus the people. And Joe Biden and Democrats are making it very, very, very clear which side of the aisle they are on, okay? They are for the elite because that is what their elite fundraiser was about last night in New York City, featuring Biden, Obama, and Bill Clinton, where they raised about $26 million for Biden's struggling presidential campaign, okay? It was a star-studded show featuring Stephen Colbert and Lizzo, okay? So you had a bunch of liberal elitists at this fundraiser supporting Joe Biden and his agenda to destroy America, along with Obama and Clinton, who also participated in the destruction of America as well. Take a look. Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Now, as you saw at the beginning of this video, Obama, Biden, and Clinton had a lot of protesters outside of this venue that they were hosting this fancy fundraiser at. And these were not MAGA hat wearing protesters, okay? These were far leftists who are dissatisfied with Biden's foreign policy, okay? Because they feel like Biden is a warmonger, okay? That he is supporting nuclear war with Russia, okay? This is what they feel like, and this is what they said outside of the venue. Several waves of protesters disrupted President Biden's grandiose fundraiser Thursday at Radio City Music Hall, where he kicked it with former Presidents Barack Obama and Bill Clinton to raise cash and enthusiasm for his 2024 election bid. One demonstrator, a woman blowing a whistle, holding a war pig sign and warning of nuclear war with Russia, was removed from the lavish New York City event, dubbed a grassroots fundraiser by the 81-year-old president. Yeah, there's nothing grassroots about holding an elitist fundraiser in New York City, right? Nothing grassroots at all. The first interruption was quickly followed by booing and whistling and two other waves of protests related to Biden's support for Israel's war against Hamas. Shame on you, Joe Biden, one of the anti-Israel demonstrators shouted. Multiple people yelled, blood on your hands. These people were not only able to show up to the venue outside and to protest, some of them actually were able to ambush Joe Biden on the inside of the venue by basically yelling and heckling at Joe Biden as he was speaking. I think that he was talking about Trump, actually, right? And that's when this protester heckled Joe Biden.
There was an insurrection.
Shame on you, Joe Biden! Shame on you! Shame on you! You are funding genocide in Palestine, and no amount of full concern that you do will change the billions that you are doing! You did blood on your hands! Blood on your hands!
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Hilarious, right? Absolutely love it, okay? These far left extremists are useful tools, okay? Because, again, Joe Biden was talking about Trump, okay? And then he got heckled while, crying about January 6th. Now, we all know that that's probably what they spent most of their time talking about, doing this little elitist fundraiser, because, they're not going to talk about Biden's accomplishments because the American people quite literally feel like Biden has accomplished nothing.
And when asked about the Biden administration's top accomplishments, new Fox polls show nothing was the big winner, as you can see on the screen ahead of you. What's interesting to me is that 38% said nothing, that he hadn't done anything that had helped them in any material way. And many people say, as a matter of fact, if he had done nothing at all, really done nothing and not reversed some of the Trump policies, we'd be in a better state than we are today. Take a look at this. When we talk about what he did immediately when he came into office, he revoked the permit for the Keystone XL pipeline. He did other things by suspending new oil and natural gas leases. He rejoined the Paris Climate Accord, halted border wall construction, which has been a massive problem, and ended Remain in Mexico. Then he reinstituted that $235 million for the UN RWA, relaxing sanctions on Iran oil sales, releasing billions in sanctioned funds to Iran. He has put us in a whole mess of trouble, and voters are really aware of that.
Yeah, so again, of course, it doesn't make sense for Biden to actually talk about his accomplishments and to raise money off of that, considering how people don't like his accomplishments, which for the most part have been nothing except rolling back good Trump policies, right? So yeah, what are they going to do? Okay, they're going to trash Trump in order to raise money. They're going to tell silly jokes about Trump because they really don't have anything else they can talk about. There's nothing else to get excited about when it comes to the Biden administration. Even with Obama and Clinton there, all they can talk about is Trump.
The three presidents also headlined a major fundraiser in Manhattan last night, where the Biden campaign says it raked in more than $26 million. The presidents took part in a conversation moderated by Stephen Colbert. The late-night host brought up Biden's busy tour of the country lately, while Trump has had his eyes on other things. Here's a first look at the discussion inside Radio City.
Donald Trump, as far as we can tell, has just been trying to win a third championship at his own golf course. My question to you, sir, can voters trust a presidential candidate who has not won a single Trump International Golf Club trophy? At long last, sir, have you no chip shot?
Well, look, I'd be happy to play. I told him this before when he came into the Oval, before he got sworn in. I said, I'll give you 3 strokes if you carry your own bag.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that, okay? Now, while Obama, Clinton, Biden, and Stephen Colbert and Lizzo are all palling around together to raise money from rich elites, what is Trump doing? Well, Trump is paying respects to a fallen NYPD police officer by the name of Mr. Jonathan Diller, who was unfortunately fatally shot and killed by a career criminal, okay? And Trump actually stopped in New York City, in Long Island, to pay respects to the fallen officer, and this is what he had to say. Take a look.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much, everybody. I want to thank Bruce and all of the people that have worked so hard to make this area beautiful and safe. And this is what happened, is such a sad event, such a horrible thing. And it's happening all too often. And we're just not going to let it happen. We just can't. 21 times arrested, this thug. And the person in the car with him was arrested many times. And they don't learn because they don't respect. They're not given the respect. The police are the greatest people we have. There's nothing and there's nobody like them, and this should never happen. I just visited with a very beautiful wife that now doesn't have her husband. Stephanie was just incredible. Their child, brand new, beautiful baby, sitting there innocent as can be, and doesn't know how his life has been changed. But the Diller family you'll never be the same. You can never be the same. And we have to stop it. We have to stop it. We have to get back to law and order. We have to do a lot of things differently because this is not working. This is happening too often. It's an honor to be here. And again, I want to just thank all of you folks for allowing this. And Bruce, thank you. Bruce has been a friend of mine for a long time. He's done an incredible job out here. But this is such a sad occasion. The only thing we can say is maybe something is going to be learned. We've got to toughen it up. We've got to strengthen it up. This should never be allowed. Things like this shouldn't take place, and to take place so often. So thank you all for being here. It's an honor, and it's an honor for me to be here. This is a great family, the Diller family. I met the friends, and I met every one of them inside, and these are just incredible people that are just devastated. They're devastated. They've got a tough road. It's going to be a very tough road. So thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you, Bruce.
Yeah, so again, what you have here is Trump paying respect to the fallen police officer that was shot and killed during a traffic stop by a career criminal, okay, that probably was out of jail because of Democrat soft-on-crime policies, these policies that are soft on criminals. And again, it's unfortunate what we're facing in this country in regards to what's going on in these liberal cities and how it's simply just not safe anymore, okay? And police officers are under attack because of the rhetoric from these Democrats, especially during the George Floydification of this country, okay? And instead of having a real conversation about what's happening in our country in regards to crime, how police officers are constantly under threat, okay? We're seeing more police officers be killed than ever before. No. What CNN and the mainstream liberal media is talking about is how Biden is doing such a better job raising money from rich elitists than Trump.
All right, this is some context for you on where we are in the cash race, right? Joe Biden well ahead of Donald Trump in terms of cash on hand at the end of last month. But in terms of money raised, right, Joe Biden's fundraiser tonight, $25 million. Trump, for the entire month of February, only raised $20 million. That's how big that $25 million is. It's a large chunk of change, a historic chunk, as the Biden campaign was hinting at. And again, a little bit more context. How much would Trump need to sell to reach $25 million? You know, he's selling those Bibles, those God Bless the USA Bibles. He would need to sell more than 400,000 of those to reach $25 million. And he would, remember those Trump Never Surrender sneakers, he would have to sell approximately 62,657 of them. So that's why he's looking forward to that big fundraiser next month. Because simply put, this type of stuff, this gimmicky stuff, ain't going to get him there, Laura.
Yeah, so I wouldn't worry too much about the fundraising problem for Trump because it's not like he's having issue raising funds. The problem is that Democrats are basically cheating the game, okay, in the sense that because of the lawfare being waged against Trump, he's being forced to use his campaign dollars to fight against these political charges against him, okay? And that makes it so he has to use a lot of money that he could be using for his campaign. However, the good thing about Trump is that because Trump is a character that the mainstream liberal media can't stop talking about, he really does not need that much money in order to get media attention, right? He can get a lot of earned media attention because the liberal media is obsessed with him, right? And the liberal media, the last thing they want to talk about is the Biden administration, right? They don't want to talk about how bad the Biden administration is doing, especially going into this election. So they're going to be focused solely on Trump, right? So they really don't need that much money in order to get media attention, right? So he doesn't have to spend that much money because the mainstream media, they're going to give it to him for free, right? That's what they're going to do, okay? So I wouldn't worry too much about the fundraising issue from Trump. I'm pretty sure that at some point his numbers will go up substantially. But again, I think that it does say a lot when you have Trump more worried about paying respects to a fallen police officer, okay, and the crime and destruction going on in this country, while Democrats are worried about palling around with their rich donors and raising money, right? I mean, if you look at those two situations side by side, it tells you everything you need to know about what this election is about. Again, it is about the rich liberal elitists versus the working class, okay? Real people who care about real problems and issues going on in this country, okay? So, you know, I personally believe that that imagery of Trump paying respects to that fallen police officer while Biden is palling around with rich elites in New York City, that's going to come back to haunt the Democrats in the future, right? That's not going to be something that's going to resonate with everyday working people, okay? It's going to show everyday working people that, hey, you know, the guy that's actually fighting for you, that's on your side, he ain't in the White House, right? He is not in the White House at all. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.